wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Ghania Atiqasani from Economic Development Group 4. My student ID is 1811021010. And today I will read an article from the Economist magazine about Apple and Qualcomm suing for peace. So let's begin now. Let's go. Apple and Qualcomm suing for peace. San Francisco, two technology giants settle a feud over intellectual property. The courtroom battle in San Diego was supposed to last for weeks, if not in months. It was over the first day, April 16th. Evan Chesley, a lawyer for Qualcomm, a big chip designer, had only a few minutes left in his report to refund Cordell, who represented Apple, a hardware giant, when it emerged that the two firms had agreed to a settlement. This included a one-off payment from Apple Qualcomm and decision to dismiss all litigation between the two companies worldwide. After a brief conference with a lawyer, the judge called off the trial and sent the jurors home. This ended what was perhaps the most epic fight ever over intellectual property and royalty payment between two technology titans. It began more than 2 years ago, spanned the world, and could have seen Qualcomm pay billions in damage. More important, the settlement creates a new balance of power among big players in the industry as it gears up the install 5th generation 5G mobile technology, which is supposed to carpet the world with a defense-grade fabric. The fight began in January 2017 when Apple sued Qualcomm in California and China, demanding more than $1 billion damage. The iPhone maker was unhappy with Qualcomm charged that its patent, many of which are needed to build a mobile phone. Instead of demanding royalties from company's maker, Qualcomm collect them from device maker as percentage of retail price, typically 5%. The manufacturer have no choice but to pay because most also rely on Qualcomm's baseband processors, the chips that manage a device wireless connection. This, Apple argue, is an abuse of market power and a tax on innovation because it is in effect limited on all new features, such as better camera, even if these are unrelated to Qualcomm's patent. Qualcomm reacted as it had done in similar case before by suing Apple for patent infringement in America, China, and Germany, with mixed result. It also stopped providing certain pieces of software the iPhone needed to test new device, arguing that the code may end up in the hands of Intel, a rival chip maker whose processor Apple had started using. As for the core of the case, Qualcomm argued that it had happened to withhold chip supply to obtain unfair listening tests, and that its approach made life easier for all involved. Licensing patents for individual component would be simply too complex. On the face of it, Apple had a stronger argument. In ongoing trial, America's Federal Trade Commission is making a similar case against Qualcomm at any rate. If Apple has agreed to a settlement which looked quite favorable to Qualcomm, it also included, among other things, a 6-year license agreement. It is not for legal reason, but out of the business sense. Apple needs 5G chips for its devices in order not to fall behind Samsung, another smartphone maker, but its preferred supplier. And there has been missing deadlines and Apple was losing confidence that Intel could deliver. This would leave it at Qualcomm's mercy. In fact, a few hours after the settlement, Intel announced its intention to exit the 5G smartphone modem business, speculating that Apple had an inkling of Intel's plan when it settled with Qualcomm's. For the San Diego-based chips designed, all this is surprising reveals of fortunes. The trial was switched to its licensing model, which generates most of its profits. It now has a new long-term customer for its chips and gets around rumored $2.5 billion cash. The exact amount has not been disclosed. After applause, Qualcomm's shares lost a quarter of their value. After the settlement, they rebounded more than 23%. For Apple, the deal is clearly a setback. It will be dependent on Qualcomm for its 5G chips and probably pay higher royalties than it would like to. The biggest loser is Intel. Yes, analysts are happy that the firm is leaving an expensive business in which it was and also ran. After 5G announcement, Intel's share price rose by 4%, and after horse trading, in the longer run, so the chip makers prospect in an important segment of computing device look further finished. The settlement and its ramifications are part of a bigger global 5G games. Not at all of its epic struggles will end as peacefully. So that's all about an article. I'm sorry that I cannot read clearly and many words that wrong spelling. Thank you very much and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.